Story title: Pinocchio and the Power of Truth. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a carpenter named Geppetto. Geppetto was a lonely man and always dreamed of having a child. One day, he found a beautiful piece of wood and carefully carved it into the shape of a boy. "I wish I had a real child," he sighed. That night, a shining star appeared, granting his wish. The next morning, the wooden boy came to life. Geppetto named him Pinocchio. Pinocchio was full of excitement, curious about everything, and eager to learn. But Pinocchio had one unique feature. Whenever he told a lie, his nose would grow longer. At first, he found it amusing. One day, Pinocchio set off for school. On his way, he came across a toy shop. "I'll just have a quick look. No one will notice," he thought. When he returned home, Geppetto asked, "What did you learn at school today?" Pinocchio hesitated and then said, "We learned math." But at that moment, his nose grew longer. Geppetto looked at him in surprise. "Why is your nose growing?" Geppetto asked. Pinocchio laughed nervously and shrugged. "Maybe it's the wind," he replied, but his nose grew even longer. The next day, Pinocchio's nose was so long that he couldn't fit through the door. The children in the village laughed at him and teased, "Pinocchio, you lie as much as your nose grows." Pinocchio, feeling ashamed, shut himself in the house. One quiet day, while walking in the forest, an old wise owl flew down to him. "Pinocchio, why are you so sad?" the owl asked. Pinocchio sighed deeply and said, "Everyone avoids me and no one likes me." The owl tilted his head and spoke wisely. "Do you know that every lie is like a burden? Liars end up lonely because no one can trust them. But if you choose to be honest, you'll free yourself from this weight." Pinocchio thought deeply about the owl's words. From that day forward, he decided to be honest. His first step was to go to Geppetto. "Father, I lied to you. I didn't go to school. I went to the toy shop. But I promise to tell the truth from now on," he said. Geppetto's eyes filled with tears as he hugged Pinocchio tightly. "What matters is that you've admitted your mistakes and want to fix them. I'm so proud of you, Pinocchio," Geppetto said. Pinocchio then went to his friends and apologized to them. "I'm sorry for deceiving you. From now on, I'll always be truthful," he said. His friends gave him another chance. They played games together and sang songs. As days passed, Pinocchio's nose returned to its normal size. From then on, everyone in the village knew him for his honesty. Pinocchio realized how wonderful it was to be truthful. That night, as Geppetto tucked Pinocchio into bed and stroked his hair, he said, "Today, you've made me the happiest father in the world." Pinocchio closed his eyes, feeling a warm happiness in his heart, and from that day on, Pinocchio never told